was the last time you enjoyed the simple comfort of a letter? Probably not so often these days, but they are being used to help support people with cancer.
Yes, a charity called From Me to You is hoping that people will write to loved ones or strangers who are ill. It says it's all about making a connection at a time which can feel very lonely. Here's Amanda Parr.
So stand proud like a Highland cow, coat gleaming, stoical shoulders braced, and chant, I feel glossy.
Dear Suzanne, I just wanted you to know that I'm thinking of you and thought you'd like to know what's going on in the office from my perspective.
The simple, funny, warm words of comfort that changed two women's experiences with cancer. Claire works at Bristol University. Exactly a year ago, she went to the GP feeling something wasn't quite right. 2 weeks later came the breast cancer diagnosis. The letters she received from friends and colleagues were what got her through.
Having it physically there next to me at home, or I would sometimes take them into hospital with me as well if I had to go in for stays. So it's just taking a little piece, taking some friends with me to be in the hospital room, or if I was staying with a friend or staying with family. So it was really important because I think they were a bit of a lifeline.
Suzanne works across town. When colleagues found out she'd been diagnosed with breast cancer, they made sure to email and also put pen to paper.
When you're at home and you're ill, it sort of cuts you off from normal everyday life, and actually this just reminds you that you're still part of what people are thinking about every day.
I think it was about 7 times I screwed it up. Dearest Suzanne, my dearest Suzanne. And I thought, well, I'm either sounding like a Jane Austen romantic novel, or I'm sounding like I'm a politician handing in my resignation. It was very difficult how to pitch it, but then once I found it, then it flowed.
The charity From Me to You began when Alison here wrote letters to her friend Brian. For 2 years and more, they became part of his recovery from cancer.
When people have cancer, they can become quite isolated. They're no longer at the school gates, they're no longer at work, friends don't know what to say to them, so they drift away from them. And so we started the charity to hold workshops and speak at events to educate and hopefully inspire people to stay connected.
The letters are a distraction from everyday life. So when you receive a letter, for that moment, you are distracted from where you are and what you're doing.
Brian, Claire and Suzanne are now doing very well. And while the medical teams may have set the paths of their recovery journeys, it was the words sent by friends that helped to light the way. Amanda Parr, BBC Points West.